What would it be like were it true that I now embody that state? How would I feel?
Happy blissful day, blissful beings. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, my name is Gabriel.
And my name is Kylie, and we've created a free self-concept challenge that helps you manifest any of your desires with ease. If you're interested in this free challenge, you can find all the details linked below. And before we jump into the content, thank you so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing.
Thank you. I'm always looking forward to doing this. Thank you, because it always makes me feel good and blissful. Happy blissful day, blissful beings. So, question. If you manifested your desire right now, if you are already the new version of yourself, you're already your new self-concept, how will that make you feel? How will it make you feel knowing that you now have all your desires? What is the sensation? What is the mood? What's the vibe? You know, you hear people say, you know what? The vibe was lekker, man, when you came here. What is the vibe? What's the sensation? How would you feel if you had all your desires right now? You see, Dr. Joe Dispenza tells us that thoughts are the feelings of the language of the brain, and feelings are the language of the body. And our personality is made out of our thoughts, our feelings, and our actions, right? So we have been taught that if I see it and then I'll believe it. But unfortunately, that's the old school science. We're now in the new school, you know. I mean, I actually had to get a new watch because it's a new time, you know. It's a new time zone. You know what I mean? So check this out. It's believing and then seeing. So in other words, you have to believe that you have your desires right now. And what that means is, how will you feel if you have it right now? What is that feeling? What is that sensation? And the moment you can identify, oh, okay, so I want abundance. So the feeling of abundance is freedom. I want perfect health. So the feeling of perfect health is wholeness. I want, what else is there? You know, there's so many things, but when you identify that the feeling of abundance now is freedom, you just have to feel that feeling of freedom now and remain faithful to that feeling. So then what will happen is your external reality will then reflect how you are feeling within. So your external reality will be arranged according to your internal reality, whether you like it or not. Your job is just to remain faithful to that feeling.
Yeah, I love that opening quote by Neville Goddard. What would it be like were it true that I now am that state? How would it feel? You see, that first question really prompts you to think, okay, what would it be like? What would it be like if I were the blissfully married person? What would it be like if I were wealthy and abundant? What would it be like if I were perfectly healthy? Whatever state that is that you are going to embody, what would it be like? And you see, that question prompts your imagination, which then brings you to that space of, okay, it is now like that. I am now married. I am now in my dream home. I am now wealthy and abundant. Now, how do I feel? You see, just using that imagination state will bring up a feeling. How would it feel? That answers it right there. Now, a lot of us are very used to feeling the basic emotions. You know, if you say, oh, I'd be happy. Okay, we know what happiness is. We can feel happy, even sad or nervous, or, you know, there's those general emotions that, of course, I know what it means to feel happy. Mm-hmm. But there's those other emotions that are a bit more complex. It's not an everyday emotion. Maybe you say, okay, well, how do you feel abundant? What does abundance feel like? What does fulfillment feel like? Or security or secure? What does that feel like? Now, when we do that imaginal scene or just ask ourselves, would it feel like? A feeling comes up. And even if we can't articulate it, we know what that feeling feels like. You can kind of just feel a certain way when you think of abundance. I can't explain it, but I can feel it. And that's such a good trick or tool to use in order to feel the reality of your wish fulfilled.
Yeah, and when one of our clients that is a sales executive, when you wanted to increase his income from $500 to $5,000, and we just ask him, so how would it feel like if you had to earn $5,000 last month? What's that feeling? What's that feeling? And just by us asking him that question, you could actually, as my baby mentioned, that you actually started to have an idea and you felt a certain way. Okay, so if I had to earn $5,000 last month, that's the feeling. This is the feeling. This is how I would feel. And we obviously held him accountable, made sure that you stayed faithful to that feeling. And in 2 months, boom, he manifested his first $5,000 check. And another client of ours also wanted to manifest a blissful relationship. And we just asked him, like, so how would it feel like if you celebrated your first year wedding anniversary last month? How would it feel like? What would the sensation be, the feeling be? How would you have felt knowing that you've just celebrated your first year wedding anniversary? What's that feeling? And that gave me an idea how that would feel. And again, we just made sure he stayed faithful to that feeling. And how long was that? About, say, let's just say about 3 months or so.
Not too long.
Yeah, not too long. Yeah, not too long. And now he's actually enjoying a blissful relationship, about to get married as well. So now, why is this so important? Because if you think about all your desires, it's not so much the desire, but it's really the feeling. If you think about the money, you are thinking, oh, if I have so much money, I'm going to feel a certain way. If I'm finally married, I'm going to feel a certain way. If I'm in my dream home, I'm going to feel a certain way. So it's not so much the thing that we're after, but it's the feeling. That's why Neville Goddard said, feeling is the secret. Now check this out. If you can feel right now what it would feel if you had your desires, your external reality will then reflect how you're feeling. But, of course, it's challenging for a lot of people to remain faithful. But when you do remain faithful, it hardens into fact, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I think we come across it often where people say, oh, but I can't feel it, or I don't know how to feel that. And again, it's just to emphasize that you don't even need to articulate the feeling, because what it would feel like for me to have my dream relationship, and for Gabriel, it might kind of feel different. We can't say, oh, well, it would feel like this and this, so you have to feel this and this. It's whatever it feels to you, whatever comes up within you. That's the feeling that you tap into and remain faithful to.
Indeed. And having said that, as always, keep smiling, enjoy your blissful day. And by the way, if you need help to feel the feeling of your wish fulfilled and to manifest your desires, we do offer free discovery calls. And as always, keep smiling, enjoy your blissful day, and thank you.